Hi, this is Mark News from Plant Talk Radio. Thanks for subscribing and listening to our podcast, Your Gardening Questions from Plant Talk Radio. If you have a gardening question you'd like our host Fred Howard to answer, send him an email. The email address is fred@planttalkradio.com. Now for today's question. We just got an email from Connie, and she says that she has an area that's in full sun, and usually the annuals don't do very well there. They wilt. Can you give her some ideas on heat-tolerant flowers?
Well, yes, and the very first thing that comes to mind is marigold. I think those things would grow on a dry ink blotter. Now, that's stretching a point pretty far, but that's my very first thought. The ageratum can tend to run on the dry side. The alyssum can also do it, but the heat then sets in and kind of stymies the alyssum's growth until it cools again, more than just the sun-related types of things. Petunias, given sufficient water. Now, by that, I don't mean a nuisance plant, but given a good thorough soaking every 7 or so days, petunias will thrive in the full sun like that. My mind just shut down on several of the other, I can picture them in my mind, can't pull out the names. So, Connie, I can't help you as much as to say that most any annual will handle the heat if it has enough water. Well, no, not most any. Many of the common ones will do that. But as I say, marigolds are one of the very first things. My great aunt, long since gone, grew marigolds. She kept a seed each year, so it came back. The flower individual heads were 3 or more inches across, anywhere from yellow to lime yellow. Absolutely fantastic. And as a boy, as a little boy, they were taller than I was. And then, of course, I grew and they didn't.
Yeah.
And then she passed away and away they went. But I know that she did not have the time or finances even to pay for the water in a way. And, she'd plant those seed and I think a cup of water, each seed to get them going, and away they would go. Connie, I'm sorry, I'm not good at lists of things. There's another one too. My mind closed on me. Check with your local garden center.
Sure.
And then most garden centers anymore are going to show a sign of plants for sun, plants for shade, and then there are, of course, plants that run in between. And I know several garden centers that I visit are showing that to give you some help. Main thing, though, is just simply, without running up your water bill too much, even if you use a soaker hose in the line of the annuals or the area of them, you can get into a water-saving situation.
Well, you didn't do me any favors because my wife will never let me plant marigolds. So she does. For some reason, she has an aversion to orange and yellow. So I'm never allowed to plant marigolds.
Okay, well let me switch. I was just reminded that a plant that has dual possibilities is the wax leaf begonia. Those rascals can handle shade up to a certain considerable point, and then they'll literally burn in the sun and get along fine. One of the shopping centers built a pyramid. It must have been 8 feet high. And it was arranged so that they could plant individual wax leaf begonias in it. And in the middle of July, under the flaming hot sun, they were just having a glorious day.
Hey, thanks again for listening to our podcast. Be sure to subscribe to our other podcasts as well, the Plant of the Week podcast and the Plant Talk Radio podcast, all on iTunes or your favorite podcast player. If you'd like to sponsor a daily podcast, contact us at fred@planttalkradio.com. To find out more about Fred Howard and Plant Talk Radio, visit our website, planttalkradio.com.
Hi, this is meteorologist Jennifer Naramore. You hear my daily forecast. Now you can check out our podcast about one of nature's most fascinating phenomenon, tornadoes. You'll hear from scientists, storm chasers, and storm survivors. Plus, stories never told before. They're so riveting you can see them in your mind. They can happen anywhere in the world, any day of the year. Don't miss the next episode of Tornado Talk.
Circle270media.com.